Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. In my March favorites, I told you guys to leave your questions and your curiosities basically about my pregnancy right now down in the comments below. And so many of you answered and actually left a ton of questions, which is really exciting. I honestly wasn't expecting to have that many just because I wasn't sure if this topic would even be of interest to any of you guys. So I'm excited that you guys want to know more about it, considering that this is a very exciting time in my life, of course. Before I go ahead and answer all the questions, I just wanted to put a little disclaimer right now that my brain is like a little jumbled up right now just because there's this thing called pregnancy brain where sometimes just kind of lose my train of thought and become very aloof to what I'm saying, or I'll even just like say something that I wasn't even thinking of saying and it just kind of like comes out. I don't know. So if I talk really slowly, which I've noticed I have in like past videos, it's because I'm trying to be articulate as possible without sounding like... But anyway, it's one of the things that I'll talk about hopefully in this video. But anyway, I hope you guys don't mind, but let's just go ahead and get started. So the first question is, do you feel young to be a mom? No, I don't really feel like I'm that young to be a mom. I've always known that being a mom is something I've always wanted to do, and that I knew that I was going to be a mom one day. I also knew and wanted for myself, not only just for myself, but for, my parents and my grandparents, just to have kids when I'm younger. So I just want my parents to be as much as they can in my kids' lives. And for me, when I growing up, I really didn't know my grandma and my grandpa that well. They weren't in my lives for very long is what I'm saying, and I want my parents to be around as long as possible. So I mean, of course, I didn't think I would be a mom now, but I mean, of course, at the same time, I'm still really excited to be a mom now, but at the same time, I really don't think in my eyes that I'm too young to be a mom. But I know a lot of people will probably look at me and go, whoa, she's pretty young to be a mom, but I don't know, it just depends on everyone. Have you received criticism from family and friends? No, I haven't, to be honest. I thought I was going to get a lot of criticism, especially with like certain friends or I don't know, certain family members. I was just kind of worried about that. But at the end of the day, when things like this, like things that happen unexpectedly and life-changing events, really just shows who really are like your core strength, like who your friends are, who your true family is, and everything like that. And of course, for me, I'm very lucky because every single one of my family members has been very supportive and everything like that. Of course, this was unexpected, so we didn't really plan on me being in this situation right now, but at the same time, we've all, made light of it and just been positive about the whole thing. And my friends have always just been very supportive, and I don't know, they're happy for me, and that's all that really matters. So no, I haven't really gotten any criticism, but other people in the community, I'm sure I have. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I've had criticism, not to my face, but I'm sure it happens. But I mean, I don't really care. As long as I'm happy, my family's happy, and we're good, that's really all I care about. Do you feel emotional? Yeah, I definitely do. More so now than in the beginning of the pregnancy. You can't fight your body with anything. Like, there's nothing that you can do to control your body. Like, your body's gonna do what it wants to do. So just surrender to what's happening and don't try to like force yourself to not be emotional, because I mean, this is like, it's the only time in my life where I feel like I can be very emotional, very, like eat whatever I want, which is to a T, but just really enjoying it, because this is the time in your life where you really should just be embracing everything that you weren't able to do before. Any cravings during your pregnancy or morning sickness? So definitely I've had major cravings. Anyone who's been around me since the beginning of my pregnancy has known that I have been crazy and psycho about chocolate. Like, whether it's C's candies, chocolate pancakes, like not chocolate pancakes, but like chocolate chip pancakes, or chocolate ice cream or chocolate milk. Like anything chocolate I'm obsessed with. Like I don't know what it is. I've never really been a very like chocolatey like person, but until now I would say the chocolate kick is crazy. I definitely crave more watermelon. Is that weird? I don't know. I drink so much milk, and whether if it's just plain milk or chocolate milk or any, like I just love milk. I don't know, but those are like the main things that I've really been like I need in my life. With the morning sickness, yeah, I experienced a little bit of it, not really a ton. I have friends that have been through pregnancies and they're just like over the toilet for like the first trimester. And I mean, I've even heard stories of women who have to like be hospitalized because, not that this is funny, but like they've had to be hospitalized because they just like their hormones are out of control that they get so sick. But for me, if anything, I felt very, very nauseous. I haven't been throwing up, but I definitely noticed being nauseous a lot. Like if I was laying in bed, and that's the thing, like in the beginning of the pregnancy, your body is transitioning from, you know, not being pregnant to being pregnant, and it's changing in all different ways, and your body is on overload. You're exhausted and all you want to do is lay down. And the only time I ever felt so nauseous was when I was laying down and for long periods of time, and I was like, it was to the point where I was just like, I just want to throw up but I can't. It just wouldn't come up. But I've gotten sick probably overall in this pregnancy 2 or 3 times. For any of you who are newly pregnant or going through this like I am, one of the things that really helps morning sickness for me was taking my prenatals at night. Also, just eating like those like crackers, like just like those saltine crackers. Those really, really, really did help me. Or drinking ginger ale, like even just smelling ginger ale helped me. Like I would crack open a can or pour myself a glass of it and I would just sit there and smell it. It would make me feel a lot better. And also lemonade kind of helped me too. So those are my tips on that. Overall experience so far, it's been really good, to be honest. Like I feel very blessed in hindsight, just because I haven't had, you know, well, knock on wood, any like complications throughout the pregnancy. But then again, I also am 22. If you're gonna have a kid, and the older you get, the harder, like more complicated your pregnancy can be. So for me, I haven't, nothing crazy, but other than that, I mean, it's been really good. I mean, just really tired. Like the way I feel now going into my 8th month is how I felt right in the beginning of my pregnancy. Was just so tired. Like I sleep all the time. I don't really have a ton of energy. Like I've noticed within the last like 3 weeks, I haven't been able to like go out and walk as much as I used to be able to. Like my energy has definitely gone from here to here, like drastically within the last 3 weeks. Are there any books you have read which have been helpful? There's one book, or actually 2 books. So one book is the very much well-known like pregnancy Bible, is What to Expect When You're Expecting. I bought that as soon as I found out I was pregnant, and it really does have every answer. Left it in the US because I found an app on my phone that kind of helps me. Any questions I've ever had while I've been pregnant, I honestly just like Google it. I mean, I really don't think like we need to go out and like buy the book. It's good to have it, definitely. The internet is free, like utilize what you can. My dad actually gave me is a book called How to Raise Positive Kids in a Negative World, which I think is super important. As a parent, you're obviously responsible for this child and their upbringing and, you know, their outlook on life and everything like that. And I was raised as a very positive kid. The negativity in the world was as bad until now. It gets me a little anxious knowing that I'm bringing a child into such a negative world. So what I can do to alleviate the negativity and just make sure my kid is as positive as can be is really important. So things like that I've been reading, like books about, you know, raising your kid. And so I think that's really important. And then also the app that I was just talking about, What to Expect. what it does is you log into it, you download it when you're pregnant, and you put in your due date, and it pretty much walks you through every single week. Every week it'll notify you how far along you are. It'll give you, it has like a video synopsis of what's going on in your body, what's happening with baby, and stuff like that. So it's been really, really, really helpful. I feel like I'm pretty much getting all the information I need to know about what's happening with my body and with the baby in increments, rather than just like sitting reading a book and just shoving your head into it and just trying to retain all this information at one time. Whereas when you just have, you know, all the facts that you need to know every week. It's just this purple app. And it shows here like the baby walking, and it'll show you you're in your 3rd trimester, your baby's as big as a coconut, and it'll give you like the countdown of how much longer you have. And then see, I'm on week 31, and you can click the video and it'll play, like it'll show you what your baby kind of looks like it's like a digital image of what a baby looks like at that point. And then it pretty much just gives you all the information on what's happening with your baby and then what's happening with you. So it's really, really, really great. I love this app, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who's pregnant at the moment. Another question I have is, any names picked out? Yeah, I have a couple names picked out. I'm having a girl, so actually I think that was one of the questions. So we wanted to give her like a Hawaiian name. We have a few names picked out, but we don't really want to just pick one now, just because we feel like we want to see her before we name her. And I don't know, I mean, like, what happens if she comes out and we have one name picked out for her, and we look at her and we're like, okay, wait, you're totally not this name. You know what I mean? So I just want to be able to like see my baby before I name her, like permanently committed. There was one point in my life where I was nagging my mom about my name. I was like, why did you choose Nicole? Like, I don't like Nicole, blah, blah, but I don't know, we'll see. So we have 2 to 3 names. I'm not going to name them, but I will say that they're Hawaiian names. Her dad was born and raised in Hawaii, so we want to do something along the lines of that to like represent that. So we're going to choose something, you know, that we can pronounce and we can say, because we all know that Hawaiian names can be like super long and complicated. So we're going to just choose something really nice and sweet and simple, hopefully. So that's going to be it for this video. If I didn't get to answer the questions that you want, or if you want to leave a question for me regarding my pregnancy or anything like that, you guys are more than welcome to in the comments below, and I'll answer it in an upcoming video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was much requested and much awaited, so I'm glad I finally got to do it for you all. But yeah, I am running out of breath, so I'm going to chug a glass of water. But until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!